At iQIYI Scream Night 2025, surrounded by dazzling lights and an arena filled with top celebrities, an unexpected narrative quietly emerged, one that had nothing to do with awards or performances. Instead, it was the subtle, almost unintentional exchanges between Song Zuer and Liu Yuning that captured the attention of viewers across Asia. Neither of them said a word to suggest anything out of the ordinary. Yet the smallest gestures, quick glances, softened expressions, and brief moments of hesitation began fueling speculation about a connection that perhaps wasn't meant to be seen. It was these fleeting details, barely lasting a second on camera, that created a ripple effect online. And so, the question began to spread. Are these simply coincidences or signs of something quietly growing between them? Let's take a closer look at the moments that started it all. The first moment that drew widespread attention was the unmistakable way Liu Yuning's eyes kept drifting towards Song Zuer throughout the ceremony. It wasn't a single glance that sparked discussion. It was the repetition. Each time the camera captured him seated among the guests, viewers noticed the same pattern. His gaze naturally shifted in her direction, often softening the instant she entered the frame. This kind of micro-behavior is difficult to choreograph, especially under the scrutiny of a live broadcast. Fans described his expression as subtle but undeniably warm, the kind of look someone gives without realizing the camera is watching. And what made the moment even more compelling was how quickly he would redirect his eyes once he became aware of it, as if caught revealing more than intended. On Song Zuer's side, the reaction was just as intriguing. Though she maintained a composed posture, there were brief seconds where she glanced toward Liu Yuning, only to quickly avert her eyes, an instinctive gesture that fans interpreted as shyness or awareness. These eye movements were small, almost invisible to casual viewers, yet they were precisely the details that fans replayed again and again. In a night filled with perfectly controlled appearances, these unguarded glances stood out as the most genuine. And this subtle exchange of looks became the foundation for deeper speculation, leading us to the next moment where hidden feelings seemed even harder to conceal. Another moment that fueled speculation came when Song Zuer stepped onto the stage to deliver her speech. As the cameras shifted to the audience, they caught Liu Yuning's expression changing almost instantly, a subtle lift at the corner of his lips, the kind of smile that appears before someone has time to control it. What made viewers react strongly was how quickly he attempted to suppress it. The smile lasted no more than a second, but it felt genuine, so natural that fans described it as the kind of reaction you can't fake for the cameras. Under the intense spotlight of an award show, such micro-reactions stand out even more, revealing emotions that words may never express. Song Zuer, too, displayed her own version of this reaction. Although composed and professional, there was a fleeting softness in her expression when her eyes met his direction. A moment subtle enough to miss on first viewing, yet unmistakable upon replay. These suppressed smiles became one of the strongest hints for fans, suggesting that what they tried to hide through distance was quietly revealed through emotion. One of the most widely replayed moments of the night occurred when Song Zuer briefly lost her balance while navigating the crowded stage area. It happened in less than a second, yet Liu Yuning's reaction was immediate. His body instinctively leaned forward, as if ready to steady her before he even had time to think. This kind of reflex falls under what body language experts call protective instinct behavior, typically shown towards someone we feel responsible for or emotionally connected to. It is not rehearsed, not calculated, and certainly not the sort of gesture one performs on a brightly lit stage full of cameras unless it comes from a deeply rooted instinct. Fans quickly clipped and shared the moment, noting how natural and how telling the reaction was. What made it even more compelling was Liu Yuning's attempt to return to a neutral posture immediately after, as if realizing that the moment might reveal more than he intended. For many viewers, this single reflex became one of the clearest indications that the bond between them extended beyond simple professionalism. And this wasn't the only sign, because even when they tried to maintain their distance, their actions often contradicted their intentions. while the earlier moments revealed warmth through instinctive reactions. This next pattern showcased something far more curious. Liu Yuning and Song Zuer seemed to be avoiding each other, yet not very successfully. Throughout the night, fans noticed a consistent effort to maintain physical distance. They never appeared side by side, never lingered in the same frame, and even during arranged group segments, they positioned themselves with at least one or two people in between. However, what made this avoidance so fascinating was how imperfect it was. Despite the careful spacing, their eyes betrayed them. Whenever one of them entered the camera's view, the other's expression shifted ever so slightly. An involuntary glance, a subtle softening of the eyes, or a moment of hesitation that felt too natural to ignore. The contrast became even clearer in backstage transitions. Fans captured several clips of moments where they nearly crossed paths but adjusted at the last second as if consciously avoiding interaction, only for one of them to sneak a glance once they turned away. These tiny mistakes in their coordinated distance made the avoidance look less like indifference and more like an effort to manage attention, perhaps even to hide something they didn't want publicly highlighted. This delicate tension, distance in their steps but closeness in their eyes, left viewers convinced that the space between them was intentional, but the emotions behind it were much harder to conceal. To understand why Liu Yuning and Song Zuer might display warmth through their eyes yet distance through their actions, we look to psychology, specifically the phenomenon known as approach avoidance behavior. This occurs when someone feels a pull toward another person, but simultaneously fears drawing attention to that connection. The result is a mix of subtle closeness and obvious avoidance. Public figures often experience this dynamic more intensely. On a stage watched by millions, maintaining distance becomes a form of protection of privacy, of image, and of the relationship itself, whatever form it may take. In such situations, people tend to hide the very emotions they feel strongest, not because they are absent, but because they are overwhelming. Yet, the eyes operate on a different level. Unlike posture or positioning, eye contact is far more difficult to control, especially when emotions are involved. This is why we often see warm glances followed by sudden composure, or instinctive reactions quickly replaced by neutral expressions. For many viewers, this blend of attraction and restraint suggests that if there is something between them, it is something they are not ready or not willing to reveal openly. And this sets the stage for the final question. Are these just carefully managed interactions, or signs of a deeper connection waiting to be acknowledged? In the end, the story of Liu Yuning and Song Zuer at iQIYI 2025 remains a captivating blend of contradictions. Their bodies kept a polite distance, yet their eyes revealed unmistakable warmth. Their actions suggested restraint, yet their unguarded expressions hinted at something far more personal. Whether these moments reflect genuine affection or simply the natural chemistry of two thoughtful performers is still open to interpretation. And perhaps that ambiguity is what makes their dynamic so compelling, because the truth lies somewhere between what they hide and what they cannot control. So now we turn the question to you. Are these merely refined gestures of professionalism or subtle signs of a deeper emotional bond? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Sea Entertainment insights.